Well, good morning, everyone. I hope you're having a great start to your day and your week. We are starting week number 14. Can you believe it? So we have this week, next week, and then finals week. All right, so we'll go ahead and get started here. This week you have 2 modules to go through, but they're kind of connected, and I'll show you what I mean in just a second here. All right. So we're going to look at the course modules here. We're going to look at week number 14, and it starts off with chronic diseases. So chronic diseases are diseases such as cardiovascular disease, diabetes, things that are considered more genetic in nature, or you have some predetermining factors as to why you might get these diseases. But they're also with the change of diet or exercise, or I should say, with changes in diet or additions of exercise, they can be controlled and monitored fairly well. So you'll go through the overview. We'll have a PowerPoint. Talk about some cancer development, mental wellness as well, because mental wellness or behavioral diseases are also considered chronic. You're going to take a mental wellness assessment. So it looks like, here, I'll show you here, and it's going to open in a new window for you. All right, so you're going to take the test. So this is just going to ask you some basic questions, and then you'll answer them. It's anonymous. You don't have to turn in what you answered, anything of that nature, okay? But you're going to take that information, and then you're going to take it and you're going to answer some things in the module here. Whoops, went too far. Okay, so then they're going to do a chronic disease quiz. We're going to talk about chronic disease risk assessment and reflection. Okay, so this chronic disease risk assessment and reflection. So again, I don't necessarily want to see the assessment. What I want to see is your reflection on it in your discussion, or in an assignment here, okay, or in the discussion. All right, but I believe it's an assignment. Okay, so when you click on this, okay, we're going to get into here. The lab, similar to what you did talking about your stressors. Okay, there's one site, that's this one here. I believe it is, my American Heart Association, the Life Check. It's going to look like this. Oh, there it goes. Okay, so you're going to click in here. Whoops. Okay, and then you're going to go through this and check out your lifestyle. Okay, so you'll read about some things there. And then you're going to, let's see, let me go back to it one more time here. Okay, so we're going to go here again, and then this MD Anderson Cancer Center Cancer Risk Check. Okay, so this is the one that's a little tricky because it's going to come up with an error message like you see there. So what I want you to do is click up here, prevention and screening, and then you're going to read about how to manage your risk. Okay, so you can lower your risk of getting cancer and some other diseases by not smoking or limiting tobacco use, change of diet, adding physical exercise, making sure you're wearing sunscreen, and then getting the shots or your vaccines that are necessary to stop HPV and help you with hepatitis. Okay. All right, and so then there's one more part of that assessment that you'll go through. And again, I don't need to see the assessment. What I want to see is right here, these answers. Okay. So then next we're going to go to, I'm going to go back up here for a second here. Actually, I'll click over to next. Okay, and then you're going to start a diabetes case study. Okay, so you're going to read about it here a little bit. How do I know if people have diabetes? You're going to read this information, and then you're going to discuss based on the readings. You'll create a plan to help someone if they have diabetes. Okay, and then just give them some tips to manage diabetes and some things such as changing diet, what they could eat, involving exercise, those kinds of things. All right. Okay, and then we'll get to the end of that module, which is module 13. Okay, and then we'll start in module 14 in week 14. Okay, and this one is actually about infectious disease. So infectious disease are those diseases that you get through pathogens. So things such as malaria, there's certain STIs, which are sexually transmitted infections that you can get. There's things such as pathogens that you get from animals like rabies or from mosquitoes, like I mentioned, malaria. So it's just going to talk about how to prevent infectious disease, which I'm sure we all know in our current situation now, how some of those things like washing hands, wearing masks, those sorts of things. Okay, so you're going to watch a video, and the video is a little outdated, but the information is still true. So pardon the outdatedness of the video. There's a PowerPoint there. Okay, and then you're going to read about STIs. Okay, and we'll go through, and then you have a quiz on that information, on the PowerPoint and the reading information. Okay, then you're going to do a reflection on the video you watched. Okay, and then it's a discussion, so you're going to do your initial post on Thursday, and then make sure you have responses to your classmates on Sunday, just like you always do, and then that's the end of that module. Okay, so it sounds like a ton because it's 2 modules, but it's really not too bad as far as the workload goes. But just like every other week, if you have questions or any concerns, please feel free to email me or stop by my office hour or use Remind to get a hold of me. I hope you guys have a wonderful Thanksgiving, and hopefully if you're not actually in the house with your family, that you can connect somehow and see your loved ones, because these times are precious, holidays are precious, and yeah, I just want you to enjoy yourselves. All right. Again, get a hold of me if you have any questions, and I hope you have a wonderful day and a wonderful week. All right, take care and have a great Thanksgiving.